In this video, we're going to be talking about why I decided to ultimately sell my Beyond Meat shares. But first, let's go ahead and see what's behind the store.
Don't you give up on me. Don't give up on me. Don't give up on me. Don't give up on me.
So like I already mentioned in this video, I want to talk about why I sold my Beyond Meat shares and actually why I sold them at a slight loss. Granted, it was pretty close to a break-even point, so it's not like I lost any real money, but I did sell them at a slight loss. And I was originally debating if I was going to make this video, but then I decided I think this video can provide a lot of value to a lot of people because a lot of people might have a mindset that I'm going to talk about a little bit later on in this video. And I really just think by doing this and doing this video, it's going to show everyone that sometimes by taking a slight loss in the short term, it can actually make you a lot more money over the long term. So hopefully you guys do enjoy this. Hopefully you guys do get some value out of this. Hopefully, like I just mentioned, if you can just put your ego aside and just make a business decision, it'll show you that by taking maybe a slight loss in the short term, it's actually going to make you more money in the long term. So if you do get some value out of it, make sure to drop a like on the video. It really helps out the channel, really helps the channel grow. Also, remember to subscribe if you haven't already because we post 2 videos every single week and you don't want to miss them. Now, let me just start off this video by saying I'm actually still super bullish on Beyond Meat, and I might be actually more bullish than I've ever been. Personally, as you guys know, companies I invest in, I like to try out their products and I like to use their products pretty frequently, and I've been eating Beyond Burgers actually a lot. I really just like how I feel after I eat them as opposed to regular meat. I don't feel as full, I just feel a lot better. And after reading this article the other day, like I just mentioned, I really think I'm more bullish on Beyond Meat than I've ever been. Beyond Meat announces major retail expansions throughout Europe. Beyond Meat, a leader in plant-based meat, today announced significant product distribution expansion within thousands of European retail locations this spring. As Beyond Meat has grown its retail presence in the region, the European plant-based foods market has seen aggressive growth, with sales increasing by 49% over the last 2 years. Beyond Meat's commitment to making products utilizing simple plant-based ingredients without GMOs has enabled the brand to rapidly expand product distribution throughout the continent. Beyond Meat products are available at approximately 122,000 retail and food service outlets in over 80 countries worldwide. The new product distribution in Europe includes United Kingdom. In April, Sainsbury is nearly doubling its distribution of Beyond Burger nationwide. This follows the launch of Beyond Sausage in Sainsbury stores this past January. Waitrose also recently launched the Beyond Burger and Beyond Sausage. Between these 2 retailers, Beyond Meat is entering 445 new retail stores throughout the UK market. Germany. Throughout April and May, Beyond Meat is expanding its product offerings in 1,000 new German retail stores through Kaufland, Tegen, Familia, and Riedel. Austria. In April, Beyond Meat will expand product offerings at Spar locations throughout Austria and will add products in Baila and Baila Plus locations. The expansion will bring Beyond Meat products to a total of approximately 1,500 new retail stores in Austria. Switzerland. This April, Beyond Meat will expand Beyond Meat's distribution to 155 Migros stores throughout the country. The Netherlands. In March, Beyond Mints became available for the first time in market through distribution at nearly 1,000 Albert Heijn and Jumbo stores. With the recent development of Beyond Meat's Europe production innovation, Beyond Mints, the company continues its retail expansion focus in additional countries such as France, Spain, Belgium, Italy, and more at a prominent retail such as Casino Group, Carrefour, Esselunga, and Delhaize. These new and expanded retail partnerships throughout the continent serve as strong proof points that Europeans' appetite for plant-based meat and Beyond Meat products in particular is on the rise, said Chuck Muth, Chief Growth Officer, Beyond Meat. In fact, because of our strict ingredient guardrails, we've been able to more easily enter global markets, including the EU, to make plant-based meat options that are better for people and the plant more accessible to all. In June 2020, Beyond Meat announced the opening of its first co-manufacturing facility in Europe in partnership with Zanderberg's World's Finest Meat in Zoeterwoude, as well as the acquisition of the company's first manufacturing facility in Enschede, underscoring the company's commitment to serving its global markets. The Enschede facility will work together with the Zanderberg co-manufacturing facility to allow end-to-end manufacturing capabilities in Europe. Together, the facilities will increase the speed, scale, and efficiency with which Beyond Meat can produce and distribute its latest product innovations to its retail and food service customers across Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. The move comes as part of Beyond Meat's effort to meet customers' growing demand for delicious, nutritious, and sustainable plant-based meat made without GMOs or bioengineering ingredients. In a study conducted at Stanford University and published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, researchers evaluated the impact of replacing animal-based meats with Beyond Meat's plant-based meats over an 8-week period on cholesterol levels, including LDL. Heart disease risk factors including TMAO levels and body weight, and found improvement in key health metrics when participants replaced animal-based meats with Beyond Meat's plant-based meat. The results of Stanford University's study complement the results of the University of Michigan's 2018 LCA, which showed that the original Beyond Burger, compared to producing a quarter-pound standard 80/20 beef burger, has 99% less impact on water scarcity, 93% less impact on land use, requires 46% less energy, and generates 90% less greenhouse gas emissions. So this leads to the question of, Josh, why, if you're so bullish on Beyond Meat and if you were just so excited about this news, why did you actually go and sell the stock? All right, I get it. It might not make sense at first glance, but let's go back over the whiteboard and I'll explain the entire thing and my thought process behind it. So the first reason I sold Beyond Meat was for diversification. Obviously, you guys know I'm super bullish on Tattooed Chef, and I felt like the money I had between Beyond Meat and Tattooed Chef, it was too much invested in this vegan sector, I guess you could say. Now, obviously, I know, because I've talked about this in previous videos, I know Beyond Meat is more towards the plant-based meat, while Tattooed Chef is more so attacking the freezer aisle. But I personally see Tattooed Chef expanding into plant-based meat products and being a competitor of Beyond Meat, and that really got me thinking, am I too heavy in this sector? And I really came to the conclusion that I felt like I was. And with taking all these things into consideration and really going through the process again and realizing and really confirming that I just feel like Tattooed Chef has more upside and more potential than Beyond Meat, I really thought maybe I should sell off my Beyond Meat shares just in case I'm wrong about this veganism sector really taking off or continuing to take off. Granted, I don't think I'm wrong, otherwise I'd be selling all my shares of Tattooed Chef as well today, but just in case I am, it's probably better off to diversify and put that money into something else. Reason number 2 why I sold my Beyond Meat shares is because I found a better place to put the money. So at the time of me filming this, Beyond Meat has between an $8 and a $9 billion market cap. And if you look at the forward PE on this stock, it appears that it definitely trades at a premium. Now personally, I really feel like Beyond Meat is going to grow into this valuation over time, but that's a serious risk, as it is with really every growth stock. But anyway, best case scenario for Beyond Meat, I view this as a $40 to $50 market cap over the next, say, 10 years. So between a 5 and a 6x from where it is right now. That's the best case scenario. And as I mentioned in my last stock analysis video of GGTTF, I really want to get involved in the MJ space, and I really want to have a good solid position in the MJ space because I just see that taking off over the next 10 years or so. And while I really like GGTTF, it does have a lot of risk, although it does have a lot of upside just because it's a very young company and they do have a lot to prove. But the bottom line is, because of that risk, it's not something I could build into a really big position. If I were to put money into it, it's something that I could only say put 5% max in my portfolio in. But especially with federal legalization coming sooner rather than later, it seems like I really want to get involved in this industry now. Especially when you see talks of Schumer introducing a bill to legalize MJ federally in the very near future. Then on top of that, I'm seeing articles that are saying Uber wants to explore getting into delivering MJ. Ultimately, I'm just thinking to myself, like I just said, there's a ton of upside in this space. So in saying that, I took the money that I had in Beyond Meat, sold those shares, and I put that money into Planet 13. Now to talk a little bit about my thought process behind this move. So Planet 13 trades at a forward PE of around 60. Now keep in mind, that might seem a little high to some people and it might seem like this stock's trading at a little bit of a premium, but think of the growth that's ahead of this company, especially when MJ is federally legalized. There's tons and tons of growth ahead of this company, like tons. Second, the market cap's around 1.2 billion, so it's a super small market cap. And I personally think the worst case scenario for this company, this is a $5 billion company, so it's a 5x. So when I compare the risk reward between Beyond Meat and Planet 13, the highest upside for Beyond Meat that I've come to the conclusion of is the worst case scenario for Planet 13. Especially if and when MJ is federally legalized in the United States, you're gonna see such a huge ramp up in production, it's insane. So the last thing I wanna address in this video is, why didn't I wait if I was so close to breaking even and making a slight profit on Beyond Meat? Why didn't I just wait until I got above my cost basis? And this is what I think is gonna provide a lot of value to a lot of people, and this is why I'm really not afraid to take a loss in certain situations, especially if I have a better place to put the money. So let's look at it this way. Let's say I have $10,000 in Beyond Meat, right? And I'm down 1%, so I'm down $100 on Beyond Meat. And I say to myself, all right, maybe I'll just wait until Beyond Meat climbs back above my cost basis, I break even, I get all my money back, maybe I make a slight profit, whatever the case may be. Let me just wait. Let me wait a little bit. Now the problem with that, and obviously in hindsight it might have worked out with me, but the problem with waiting is you're just like, oh, I'm only down 1%, let me just wait till it goes back up. What if the stock goes back down? and you have to wait even longer for it to get back up your cost basis, first of all. Second of all, what if you're just waiting to break even on this stock that you already own so you can take your money and put it into that other stock that you think has more upside? But what about if that stock that has more upside starts running? What if it goes up 10%, 15%? What if it 2x's overnight? And that's the problem with waiting, and that's why I'm not afraid to take a loss, because the thing is, if I lost 1% and I think that other stock has so much more upside, it's pennies on the dollar that I'm losing. It really doesn't matter, because if I believe in that company and I've done my full research, which I have, and if I really think that company has so much upside, which I really do, then it doesn't matter, because chances are you're gonna make that money back 3 times over. Bottom line, I didn't know how long it was gonna take for me to break even on Beyond Meat, so I could have either waited to get that 1% back or whatever it was. It really wasn't that much. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it really wasn't that much at all. Or I could just take my money, run and put that money into Planet 13, and chances are 5x my money, worst case scenario. So to summarize, guys, don't be afraid to take a slight loss, especially if it's gonna make you more money over the long term. Because like I said before, if you are putting money in great companies, it's really not gonna matter if you're taking a 1% loss at all. Still very bullish on Beyond Meat. I really do like Beyond Meat a lot, but I was looking at my portfolio. I really wanted to get involved in MJ stock, and honestly, Beyond Meat was the one I was least bullish on, which is really sad because I really do love Beyond Meat. I love their products. I love Ethan Brown. I love their management team. But at the end of the day, I had to cut my losses somewhere, and sometimes you just got to break up with the stock. And unfortunately, I had to break up with Beyond Meat in this situation. Now, doesn't mean I couldn't get back into Beyond Meat at some point. By no means. I would definitely be interested in getting back in Beyond Meat at the right prices. But right now, I really just want to focus on Tattooed Chef. I want that to be my main, I guess, freezer aisle / plant-based meat play. And I really want an MJ play, which is Planet 13. And saying that, guys, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you do get any value out of this, if this really showed you guys that it's okay to take a loss, make sure to drop a like on the video. It really helps out the channel. It really helps the channel grow. Also, remember to subscribe to the channel, because as I mentioned earlier, I'm putting up 2 videos every single week. You don't want to miss them. Hopefully, it's going to teach you guys how to invest and to bring a lot of value to you along the way. Saying that, guys, I will see you in the next video.